Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and I hope you guys had a great weekend. And right now we can see that Bitcoin is getting a huge move towards the upside as we just pumped all the way back to $22,558. Again, kind of retesting that scene of the crime where we broke down from, and we are making a retest right around 22,300. I just opened a small short position right around 22,300. So let's see how this one plays out. Again, let's take a look at market cipher on that weekly time frame for Bitcoin, and it is looking a little bit more bullish now as we do have an 8 and a 0 compared to that 16 at -5. Again, we did confirm with a red dot on that weekly time frame, but things seem to be reversing right now as the bank failures are stacking. We could see that on Friday we had SIVB Financial Group filing for bankruptcy, along with Silvergate Capital Corporation. Again, the banks are going under, and just now we had Signature Bank being closed by the regulators as well. So that's 3 banks already in the hole. Again, obviously the biggest one out of them all is SVB Financial Group. And if you guys don't know, there is a lot of big companies that have money in SIVB. Obviously they don't have all their eggs in one basket, but I think Roku has over $250 million in or they had $450 million, I think, something like that. 25% of their cash is held with this company right here on SIVB. So the fact that they've just filed for bankruptcy is not a good sign for all these other companies. I think Roblox and a bunch of other companies have some cash here too. Coinbase has a lot of money with Signature Bank, I think, or it was with SIVB. But regardless, this is very bad for the market. But now we're seeing a significant amount of upside, right? We're seeing Bitcoin pumping. We're seeing the S&P pump as well. You guys can see we just got a very nice pump on the S&P 500 on the overnight markets, and everyone's scratching their heads. How can this be? Banks are failing. Why are we rallying? Well, probably the reason we're rallying is that the market is expecting the Fed to come to the rescue. They're expecting the bailouts to come. They're expecting the money printers to come. Now, if this is the case, then yes, we are going to head to no all-time highs. And along with it, inflation is going to now go to 10-15%, but that's going to be down the road. So let's keep the good times rolling, right? Now, if the Fed sticks to their mandate and is dead on fixed on fighting inflation, then they will let these banks fail. They will keep raising rates. However, the Fed has a very big track record of doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. Now that they're fighting inflation, right? So they say they're raising rates quarter basis point here, 25 basis point there, 75 basis points there. Again, they're not really fighting inflation. They've raised the rates enough for banks to start to fail. Now that the banks are starting to fail, the big question is, are they going to come to the rescue and start bailing out the banks? In my opinion, I'm not so sure that they're going to come to the rescue that quickly. I mean, if they come right away after only 3, like let's say semi-big banks. I mean, SI with Silvergate was just like basically a crypto bank, but SVB Financial Group was probably the biggest one out of them all right now. And if that one goes under, I mean, that's a pretty big one. If they don't come to the rescue, I mean, that's gonna really freak out the markets, and that we are going to see a continued sell-off in the S&P and in Bitcoin as well. I mean, this move can reverse very quickly if that's the case. Again, none of this is financial advice. The Fed hasn't made any statements on it. We're only getting statements from Joe Biden and Janet Yellen, and basically people that don't have any say about raising rates and stuff like that. So overall, things are looking bullish right now, but they can turn on a dime. So just be careful when you're entering your trades, okay, guys? All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin on Wave Edge, see if we can see anything on the daily time frame, the larger time frame. So let's start off on the weekly. Again, we just opened a new weekly candle. I don't see anything here, no reversal signs and anything like that. On the daily time frame, we are getting a bullish green cross right now, so things are looking good. we could be potentially setting up for, you know, a buy the dip situation if Bitcoin does start to pull back a little bit. Maybe at the market open, we could getting a buy the dip opportunity for some more upside. Again, this is obviously if the Fed comes to the rescue and starts bailing out banks and starts printing money and cutting rates. Again, this would be a huge mistake if they're actually set on fighting inflation, right? If that's the case, then, you know, we are going to see a significant amount of more inflation. We're going to get 15 to 10% inflation down the road. But, you know, maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to kick the can down the road because the problems are starting to come out from these rates being raised. All right, let's take a look at natural gas quickly and commodities. As we can see, the overnight market has opened. We can see nat gas is up about 50 basis points. Nothing too much there. Again, I'd still expect nat gas to get a small pullback down to $2.40, at which point I would potentially get into a long position and add to my current positions as well for nat gas. So that's going to be my target there. And let's take a look at oil here. Oil, again, getting a slight pop on the market open right here, but we are getting rejected right around $77. If this ends up breaking towards the downside and we take out this pivot right around $72, I think that you're going to be headed down towards 65 bucks. So that's going to be my major target for oil if we start to slip into a recession and the Fed does not come to the rescue. If they're already coming to the rescue, then, you know, you're going to see oil starting to skyrocket toward. I mean, almost every single asset is going to start skyrocketing towards to the upside, just on the news of the Fed printing money or potentially printing money, and that's kind of what's happening right now. We're seeing the markets getting a huge bit towards the upside. Gold got a nice pop as well as with silver, as you guys can see here. Silver running into some resistance right around $20.82, and gold, you know, we're getting a nice pop right now, but we are starting to see it pull back significantly. If it gets underneath 1871, you're going to see it act as resistance. Again, your next major support is going to be 1805, which we already hit, and 1786. If gold starts to give in to the major supports around 1680, then I would expect a significant amount of downside in the markets as well for gold. Take a look at DXY here. DXY actually gapped down on the open, but it is getting a bounce right now. So this is actually not that great for the market. So if you see the dollar completely reverse tomorrow and keeps pumping towards the upside, then this is going to be extremely bearish for the equities and Bitcoin and, you know, almost every asset out there except for maybe bond yields. You're going to see the bond yields take a big bid towards the upside. Let's take a look at the bond yields right now. You guys can see we got two very big down days with the stock market when those bankruptcies were starting to come out. Right now we are up about 1%. I mean, not 1% on the yields, but 1% right here. So it's up about 4 basis points for the 10-year note. But overall, I still expect bond yields to keep going higher, as the dollar will most likely keep going higher if the Fed stays on its course, on its current course. If they change courses and they pivot, then you're going to see a huge drop in the dollar and a huge drop in yields. Let's take a look at Bitcoin again. Let's see what are we at right now. We are back to 22,305. We have this downsloping trend line, which is acting as resistance for the time being. And on top of that, you had this upsloping trending channel, which is basically, you know, a retrace back to the scene of the crime. We are retesting this as resistance. If we start to pull back here, your next support is going to be around 21,300 to 21,400, which by the way, we were acting as a pretty good level of support there. All right, let's take a look at maybe some other coins here. We don't cover the alts too much. I do cover them in the Discord, which, by the way, guys, I am going to be doing some day trading in the next 2 weeks, so you guys feel free to join the Discord. It's going to be from basically 8:30 a.m. pre-market 1 hour all the way till market close at 4 p.m. and we're going to be taking a lunch break, obviously, because we got to eat during trading hours. You know, we are human after all. We're not robots or algos that trade automatically. But yeah, let's take a look at some alts quickly here. We can see that OP is getting a huge rally towards the upside here from the lows, which, by the way, we are currently in a position on OP. We are slightly in the money now after this massive rally. We're seeing some very big gaps up, especially in the Hex, which, by the way, let's take a look at Hex. Hex up like a crazy amount from the lows. I think it's up over like 400%, 354%, 350% from the lows. That is absolutely insane. Let's see how much it's up from these lows right here. We got a big bid of 49% in the last couple of days. If you see, these are only like maybe 3 or 4 days. It's up immensely right now, and we are seeing it drop down a little bit. That's probably because Hex has a very low liquidity, and you can't leverage it up. Let's take a look at Gala. Gala up nicely as well, actually running it into its 200-day moving average. Let's see if it comes back up and retest this level as resistance. I'm actually pretty bullish right now. I am in some longs. I'm also in some shorts. So spots, longs, shorts here and there. I'm always long and short, guys. So I'm always winning in the market. Again, if you guys want to get access to my trades, the link's in the description. And you guys can actually take a look for yourself. The profit loss history is in the description as well. And probably I'm going to post the Discord tutorial video on YouTube tonight before I upload this video. But yeah, I think that covers it up for now. In some nice trades. Feel free to join the Discord. It's free for all members, obviously, but if you want access to my trades, you got to become a gold member or a crypto or stock member, depending on what you want access to. All right, love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Peace.